Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Hope you had a nice break. I met lots more lovely new people, which is really, really the highlight of much of my time, just to see lots of people. I love people, mashallah, alhamdulillah. Okay, so we're now going to be looking at what a visit might look like. But you know what? The real fun starts tomorrow. For those of you thinking that you weren't going to come. But the real fun starts tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll be really looking at the practical aspects of it. And before I should forget now, I would like any one of you wonderful people to come to me at the end of the session, or any time after this, and help me tomorrow with a little bit of the work that I want to do. Just means doing a little bit of talking with me on the stage. That's all. Okay? Nothing that you've got to memorize or do, but just a little bit of role play with me. That's all. Now, if we were doing a training course, actually you wouldn't have a choice, you'd be doing it. Okay? And not in such an environment where you've got a lecture of people here. Dr. Ishaq, are we in the same room tomorrow as well? Are we in here? Okay, well, that'll be real fun. That'll be real fun. But anyway, if any one of you don't mind, I would love to have 1 or 2 or 3 or more people that are happy to just do, it's like 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, a little bit of a role play, and it's dead easy. But it creates something which will be, inshallah, very interesting, and will open up to lots of discussion with everybody. And that's why we want to be able to do it, rather than me just try to describe in words. If nobody comes and not one of you come and say to me, Rihanna, I'll help you. Alhamdulillah, I'll still be happy. Sort of. You know, it's okay. Whatever Allah wills, we accept that. But I hope some of you will come to me, please. Okay? So today, we're going to carry on with where we got up to. And I'm using my same old presentation, but it is really looking at the next bit. And we're going to be looking at spirituality. And again, looking at both what chaplaincy is about, what chaplaincy does, what a chaplaincy visit looks like, but still necessarily connecting it with spiritual care as you as a practitioner. All right? I'm going to try to merge the two together. So this is not about you becoming a chaplain unless you want to, which is fantastic, but it's about understanding it, so that maybe you might be the people who will promote this within your own trusts, within your own settings, inshallah. All right, so we got to the next slide, which was about caring and supporting relatives and carers. Now, all of us will see these people most of the time. Most people in the hospital, everybody here, will be dealing with them. Do you only see parents, or do you see the carers and the families as well? Louder? Sorry? More. Yeah. You see other people as well. Because the care that you give is not just for the patient. Oh, let me share you one little story. It's a long story, so I'm only going to choose one little part of it. I was once called out, oh, by the way, we do emergency call-outs as well. I was once called out by a Christian woman. Is that a bit strange? Yeah, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? You're thinking, why? The nurse phoned me. He was a male nurse. He phoned me and he said, I've got a referral from you. We have an emergency call-out. There was an accident, head injury, patient is unconscious, hemorrhaging badly, don't think he's going to live more than a few weeks if he does live. And his wife would like a Muslim female chaplain. So I said, okay, that's fine. What I didn't realize was that she was Christian. Why is that weird? You tell me, what could the reason be that she wanted a female Muslim chaplain to come when her husband has just been knocked by knocked by a car or vehicle and is unconscious? Yeah, first time anybody's got it right. First time. And that was why. She respected her Muslim husband's possible desires and needs. The staff had said to her now that he wasn't going to survive, so she needs to get ready for his funeral, really. Anyway, long story cut short, I then come along, and here now is an example for you about, remember when I talked to you earlier on about the sort of generic chaplaincy? So this, I knew she was a woman who was of a different faith, and I knew the aspect of chaplaincy she wanted right now was the advice-giving bit. The advice-giving bit is usually the easy bit. It's not so much about your relationship. The advice is more about just being informative, but building a good relationship so that you can give comfort in a way where you are being non-judgmental. That's a hard thing to do for a lot of people. Where you are being non-judgmental, where you are being empathic, putting yourself in the shoes of that person and trying to feel how they feel, because actually you don't know how they feel. Even if you had a loved one that went through exactly the same thing, you don't know how they feel. You can guess how they feel only. And you can empathize and you can think how it might be. So, there I was sitting with her, and I looked at her compassionately with my eyes. I knew now she just wanted to know things like, what do I do? I'm a Christian woman, I don't really know much about my husband's faith, and I don't know we're not expecting this. And she started talking to me. And she said, I'm a Christian, and I'm a devout Christian. You know how you get many Muslims that believe in the akhirah, believe in Allah, they believe in the akhirah, they believe in prophethood, they believe in heaven and hell, they believe in Allah's mercy. But actually, they don't necessarily pray regularly. They may not wear the kind of things that you might recognize them as being Muslims, perhaps. They might even do other things like take drugs and stuff that they know that they're not supposed to do. They might have different kind of illicit relationships that they're not supposed to have, whatever. But they're still Muslims. They still believe La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Okay? Well, Christians are the same as well. Some of them practice some aspects of Christianity, some don't. So she told me, I'm a devout Christian, and I believe. Do you know what? You all look so interested. I think I'll carry on with the story. So then I looked to her, showing the empathy in my face, showing the compassion that I had for her, letting her know that we were equal, letting her feel that I did not consider myself any better than her. Because you know why, my sisters and my brothers? Only Allah knows what is in the heart of any individual. It doesn't matter if I got up this morning and I did my tahajjud or not. It doesn't matter if I managed to do my prayers on time or not. It doesn't matter if I fast every Monday and Thursday or not. What does matter is the extent of the purity of my intention. Ikhlasul niyyah. And that is what Allah will measure. I cannot measure that. Dr. Ishaq spoke about muhasabah and about introspection, and that's what we do on ourselves. But when you look at another person, you don't know. You go back and look at Islamic history, and you will find that some of the people who seem to be the most vile of enemies against Muslims and Islam not only came to Islam, but became the best of people in Islam. When I look at another human being, and it doesn't matter if they say there is no God. This woman wasn't like that. She was saying she was a devout Christian. She was a believer. But even if I'm looking at somebody who says there is no God, I don't justify myself to look at that person and think that I might be better than them. To me, this is an Islamic value. To me, this is the humility that Allah wants for me to learn and to implement. Sorry, going into Islamic lecture mode, don't mean to do that. But the thing is, in terms of chaplaincy, that's where we are coming from. So when I looked at her, and I nodded my head as she told me about her Christianity, and she said to me, I'm a believer, and I believe in the power of prayer. This is my religion, my Christian religion. And I looked, and I smiled, and I nodded. Why did I do that? Because I believe the same. And then she said, the doctors have said that when I hold my husband's hand, he said, oh, by the way, he was in a coma. When I hold his hand, and she said, he squeezes it, they tell me it's a reflex action. But she says, I know he's responding to me because I'm talking to him about certain things, and he squeezes my hand at certain times, and I know he's responding to me. And I listened, and I looked at her compassionately, and I cared for her. And I said, yeah. She looked at me thinking, wow, this woman believes me. That's spirituality, that's spiritual care. Suddenly, she had somebody believing in her, whereas she kept feeling, prior to that, there was nobody to hear her, because everything was about science. She knew she'd come to the hospital because her husband needed the best treatment. But that was about it. She said, well, I'm praying that God will save my husband's life. And I said, and I'll pray too. And then she said, well, if he does die, can you please guide me? What would my husband want as a Muslim? Because I don't know what he would want as a Muslim. Well, that was the easy bit now. So I just went through all the stuff that she needed to know and what we could do and how we would help her and all of that. And I didn't do it like I'm telling you, of course. Did that bit. Okay, so I served my purpose. And then, because she was this devout Christian woman, I did say to her before leaving, I said, we have a multi-faith chaplaincy team here. We've got chaplains of all different religions. And I said, we've got different denominational Christians as well. I said, if you want a chaplain of your particular denomination, then I can make a referral. And she said, oh, it's okay, thank you. No, that made me feel honoured. She was happy to have had the chaplaincy and spiritual care and pastoral care that I gave to her, and that was enough. So I said, okay, that's fine. If any time, just mention it to the staff and they'll call the chaplain if you want another chaplain. And I said, but meanwhile, I'll go and do some prayers for your husband. She said, oh, please do everything that he would want. So here's an example of caring for the relatives. The next part of the story I'm not telling you, which is a major bit that you'd absolutely love. Because we don't have much time and I've got to move on. Unless you really want to know. You've got to really shout it out loud if you want to know. Oh, that's not strong enough. Do you want the next bit or not? Okay, now you've convinced me. I started going in to read to this patient. She didn't understand a word of it. Most of it was in Arabic. She didn't understand it. But she was happy because her husband was getting what he needed as a Muslim. One day, I went in there, and here's the patient lying down here. His head is here, his feet is there. And his wife was there holding his hand, as usual. And sometimes he would squeeze it, and it meant something to her. On this particular day, I went in, and his brother, the patient's brother, was standing there massaging the neck of the patient. And at the foot end was the sister of the patient massaging his feet. None of them were Muslims. It was only the patient that was a convert to Islam who was a Muslim. Anyway, I walked in, and the wife saw me, and she said, oh, Rihanna, come in. She said, will you tell my brother-in-law and my sister-in-law that he does communicate? And because she knew I believed her, she wanted me to convince them now. And I knew that this wasn't my place to be trying to convince anybody of anything. That's not what chaplains do. We're not there to convince anybody of anything. We're not there to convince people that they should pray. We're not there to convince people that they should be believing in this or believing in that. No. We'll move on a bit more to that, and I'm hoping you're going to ask me lots of hard questions. So I smiled at her. Always about being nice. Always about being kind. It's always about being good. And that's why I love chaplaincy. Because actually, it helps me to be the Muslim I'm supposed to be. So I smiled at her. And then I said to the brother-in-law and the sister-in-law, I said, oh, lovely to meet you. I said, as she just mentioned, I'm Rihanna, and I'm one of the chaplains here, and I've come to do some prayers. And I said, I thought today I would read Surah Yasin to him. And they said, yes, do. And then the brother-in-law said, the brother of the patient said, my sister-in-law wants to believe that he responds, but, you know, the medics have told us he doesn't know that we're here, really. It's just a reflex action when he does squeeze or move his body. And I just smiled at him. I said, well, I'm going to do my recitation. I'm going to do some healing prayers. And then, in between, if you need to come and go, then, feel free. Don't feel that you're distracting me or disturbing me in any way. And he said, well, I would like to stay, please. Is it all right? I said, of course you can. I said, it's in Arabic. You might not understand it, but, of course you can. And so they both wanted to stay. Have I told this story before in the last time I was here, Dr. Ishaq? I haven't, have I? No, not last time I was in Jordan, maybe. Yeah, okay. So you guys haven't heard it. That's okay. Sorry about this. Okay. Whoops. So then what happened was I went over to his head, close to his head. So he had his eyes open, but they're just completely glazed, just looking, at nothingness, more or less. And then I went over close to his head, and I said, Assalamu alaikum, brother. It's Rihanna again. I've come to read some Quran for you today. And his eyes and his face started doing something like... Now that wasn't new to me. I've seen it before with other patients. I've seen it with him. And his brother looked. Reflex actions again. Looked. And his sister looked at her brother. And that was that. And then I said, and then I'll do some healing prayers. I'm with your wife and your brother and your sister. And they're all wanting to stay and they're going to listen as well. And again. And then I started to recite. I said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم. And I might have done one more verse, possibly. And his whole body is moving and shaking all throughout. And he's responding to me. He's in a coma and he's responding to me. And they looked and they didn't know what to say. And the wife, after a while, when I continue to recite, the body is calm. Sometimes you can see, or experience shows us, there's a sleeping mode occurring. And sometimes it's just a complete relaxation. Often when I've been into critical care, some of the Filipino nurses, in fact, I remember one Filipino nurse, she wasn't Muslim, she saw me doing some recitation to another lady who was in critical care, and she'd noticed the monitor doing different things and a calmness. And she came over to me and she said to me, I know your time is short, and I know that most of the time you are called in by Muslims to come and see Muslims, but if you get a chance, she said, she knew that it was mainly the ones who asked for the referral or asked for us to come and see them. She said, do you think you could do it for some other patients as well, please? And this is a non-Muslim asking me. Because she's been able to see that something happens to people when they hear the power of the Quran. I wasn't talking about the Quran, but she just knew there was something spiritually religious in this. I think I've gone on far too long about caring for supporting relatives. And the story does go on, by the way, and there's another bit more at the end of tomorrow if you really want to know the very, very end bit. But I just wanted you to know, and it gives you an example of the kind of work that occurs in a chaplain's life. Whoops, a daisy. Oh, I think I basically said that, haven't I? That they need that support just as much as a patient. So this patient, okay, they were in a coma, but they responded, but they don't always, do they? But it's the patient and the family that need. This is not confidential because it's a newspaper cutting, but I just thought it would be really good for you to understand as well about what we do as chaplains. I'm only choosing you a few scenarios because there isn't time in just a couple of lectures to tell you all about what we do and the ABCs of our chaplaincy visits. This was a young man, mashallah, Umar al-Sheikh. He was only 16. And this picture is the wedding we did for him in the hospital. He was too sick, he had leukemia. He was too sick, he wasn't going to be able to make it. He was going to be leaving this dunya. And he said to us, he said, she is my sweetheart from school. And before I meet my Lord, I want to say to Allah, she is my wife. He couldn't get up and go out. So we, in the hospital, did a wedding for them. And they had their nikah and a registration as well, a legal one in the hospital. Umar died about 4 days later, having married his sweetheart. Look how happy he looked, mashallah. So we all had something sweet and nice to eat, etc. We are not there just for families. We are there for staff as well, that I mentioned to you earlier on. And this is a spare place where staff can come and speak in complete confidence. I don't know whether you're, does this happen at Al-Islam Hospital and other hospitals as well, where staff might want to come and talk about all sorts of things. So I get to see a lot of Muslim staff, but you know what? MashaAllah, there are other people who are not Muslims that access chaplaincy and are very happy or specifically asked to speak to us. And there have been so many occasions where I have sat with people who have talked about lots of different things, and and faith doesn't come into it there. And of course, I make the referrals, yet again, of staff to another member if that is necessary. A lot of our work is in consultation with staff. Now, I don't know how much that's applicable to yourselves, really. Living in a non-Muslim country, we have a lot of work to do with non-Muslim staff because they want to understand their Muslim clientele, their Muslim patients. So we will talk about what kind of things they should or shouldn't do that would be helpful, and even that there is no taboo about religion. So often in staff consultations, we'll say to them, oh, why don't you just mention to them that we can get a copy of the Quran for them. Of course, I think in your setting it might be different, but with us, a lot of our staff wouldn't think about any of that. And there are, of course, fiqh issues, jurisprudence issues that they often want to understand and work around. This is just a quick run-through to let you know what kind of thing we might do, because this session really now is about ABCs of a visit, but just to let you know that this is the kind of thing that we would be able to do with staff as well. Induction training, whoever comes to the hospital first, we would see them. Support anybody, one-to-one or in groups. We will do training with the nurses, with the consultants, with bereavement care services. We will go to their meetings if they should need that. And of course, MDT, interdisciplinary work or multidisciplinary work. Do you know what? Many of the meetings, of the multidisciplinary meetings that the different staff have, they know that they need to call the chaplain in. So often, like for example, there's a baby on the neonatal unit and has been on a life support machine, and now they've done everything they can and there's nothing more to do except to remove that machine. And the parents' hearts feel wrenched because they are thinking, how can I turn that machine off? How can I do that? I won't go too much into that because it'll make a very good scenario for tomorrow. But it's really tough for them. It's so difficult because many people feel that they're actually playing God, choosing to allow someone to die. Leaving it half left so that we can continue and discuss in our practical session tomorrow, inshallah. So they call the Muslim chaplain in as well to be part of that conversation, and that's where we need to be. Human resources issues and all sorts. Working outside of the trust, we also work with other different hospitals and collaborate so that we can look at good practice or best practice. Consultation with, in regards to Muslim needs and any issues. So training goes on. We take on students where we can, all depend on our capacity. I asked you a question earlier on in the first session. So these are some of the things that a Muslim chaplain would be looking at. It would be their responsibility to ensure that the resources are there. A space, whether you don't have that problem, you probably have a mosque space or something, or you've got mosques nearby, but we don't, and we have to make sure that we've got somewhere. We have to fit ablution facilities. We will keep resources like Quran, prayer books, prayer beads, etc. Prayer mats. We put up a sign where the Qibla is, signage. We have to think about all of these things, and also provision for tayammum or dry ablution for patients that can't go and do wudu. This is when we didn't have a prayer room. You can probably just see from there a little giveaway sign that this is a... A what? No, not quite. That's actually a religious symbol. You can't see it from where you are, probably. So this is in the chapel. And most of Muslim chaplaincy started by sharing the chapel. Sometimes we would create a space by putting a curtain round so that the idols and other things that would be covered away from our plain space of prayer. Before that, we would only have put sheets down in any spare place we could find. We created wudu facilities because we created these wudu facilities because a lot of the non-Muslim staff were saying, "What's all the water all over the floor from?" We had a little Muslim prayer room to start off with, and now we have a nice big one. And I'm not going to tell you about it now, but for you Facebook people, inshallah, I'm talking to the brother that was talking about Facebook to us earlier on. This mihrab is incredibly a beautiful spiritual artifact that is the only hospital in Britain that has a mihrab like this. And if you want to check it out, just search QEHB, that's Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Birmingham, QEHB Mihrab Project. We used to have to cram ourselves into a little tiny boardroom, move all the heavy furniture, and just do our Friday prayers there. But now we have about 300 people coming for Friday prayers, mashallah. Most of them are staff, but anyway. So, volunteers, not going to say much here. There's a day on volunteers and another day that I'll be talking the whole day about our volunteers. But just to let you know that we do have volunteers that will do visits for us. And it's fantastic. So we recruit them, we train them, usually a 6-week course, and then they do shadowing with us, we supervise them, and we try to keep them. We do lots of things in the hospital. These are our chaplaincy volunteers. All of these people are volunteers, and they are providing and serving the food on Eid. And you know what? The majority of people who come to this are all non-Muslims. We work in a team, a multi-faith team, and we respect our differences. Oh, what can I say to you? that respect that's needed is the respect that brings about unity. Allah speaks to us about unity. We can't even get unity right in the Muslim world, can we? But we have to keep trying. And this is one fantastic way. Develop your relationships with others of different faiths and let them see what beauty there is in the way that you practice your faith. Respect. So we organize lots of different events, and we do staff training, and we do social events. This is an away day. Once a year, we go out. It's still work, and we still discuss something, and there'll be a topic or whatever. And this person here is Reverend Stephen Barton, who has passed away. He was my very first manager. He was the one that put the business plan for the first female Muslim chaplain in the NHS. We do lots, and you might recognize Sentamu there, but we do lots and lots of different things about coming together, prayers for peace in the world. Right now, you don't know what my WhatsApp looks like, honestly. I have non-Muslims sending me all sorts of things about the New Zealand attack. People reminding us that they love us. People reminding us that they are with us, that there is no room for terrorists, and they've named it terrorists, not just, as the brother said earlier on, as a shooter. So, we get together, we share, and we learn about one another's faith. This is where the hikmah, the wisdom comes. We don't tell people. We don't bombard people just because they're interested. Maybe you're on the bus, or I don't know what you do here, but you're sitting and you meet somebody and you're waiting, and maybe you're waiting for a takeaway. And you start talking and chatting to somebody who's of a different faith. And you get on. And they ask you something. And you think, oh, I can talk to them. But instead of just doing what the sunnah is and telling them the answer to their question, you tell them the answer to the question, then you tell them this, and then you tell them that, and you tell them the other. And they're thinking, oh my gosh, why did I ask her in the first place? There's no wisdom there. We need to be human beings. We love our deen, we love our faith, and we need to be able to share it in little bits, as the Prophet ﷺ did. And when we do that, this is what is sharing. Because when she's asked me her question, or he has asked me his question, then I've said to them, what about you? Do you have a belief? And what do you do? And maybe I'm not really too interested, but do you know what? That's the right thing to do. They heard me, now I need to hear them as well. And then that way, you build up a therapeutic relationship. You build up a relationship where you can feel you can share things. And it's not about debating. It's not about debating. It's about sharing. You heard me, now I hear you. Well, these are some of the things that we've often talked about from different religious perspectives in the circle. The Hindu perspective, the Sikh perspective, the Christian perspective, the whatever. Oh, it's so enlightening, seriously. Oh, and we'll go on. And there isn't much, it's not easy to be able to, because of time, to talk about all these things. But illness and suffering, I alluded to that earlier on, about what illness does to us. Well, actually, we still also need to know it from a different cultural perspective as well. So we need to know each other. We need to know that when this Christian patient comes, actually, can I really apply everything that I do with, my Muslim sick people as well? Maybe, maybe not. Let's look at that tomorrow if we can. And what does that mean to everybody? The will of God. There are different perspectives. What I believe and what I think isn't the only way of thinking. Even with my mom. Allah bless her, she's fantastic, my mother. But we have differences. We have our own viewpoints about different things in different interpretations. This happens. Just because I think in one way doesn't mean everybody else must have to think in the same way. No, you will limit yourself if you do that. But if you are open to hearing other people, and let me tell you, brothers and sisters, I wasn't born like that. I had to train myself. At the age of 14, I sent my parents to hell and back again, trying to bring me up. I was the most terrible rebel you ever came across. I thought I had all the answers and I was always right. God forgive me. I would bite off everybody's head because I loved a good debate. But I won no hearts. And what's the point if I can win a debate but win no hearts? So cultural awareness is absolutely essential. Touching, shaking hands and all of that. You go to some parts of the Muslim world, they expect men and women to shake hands. It's not the same everywhere you go. Cultures will vary. Different perspectives on illness, what it means. Have you, anybody here heard of a good death? No? Bring it up tomorrow. Privacy and dignity was touched upon in the last lecture as well, but what does it really mean? We need to be culturally aware and we need to share that wherever it's necessary. So we've done lots of things in the hospitals. We've done Islam Awareness Week, we've had an exhibition about. We get so many people stopping and asking questions and talking about what it is. We have conferences, everything to do with, lots of different things to do with presentations on Islam Awareness Week, because it's very much the thing to have Breast Cancer Week and Quit Smoking Week and whatever. So we have different religious weeks as well. And it's great because everybody feels, we can learn about these things without it being like proselytizing. Breaking fast, coffee mornings, artifacts, and it just goes on and on and on. We go out, we do barbecues, garden parties. But you know what? It's not just having fun. There's a reason behind it in our hearts, that we build those relationships. There's a reason behind it, that we can spread the good. So I don't mind wearing a Christmas hat every now and again. And it goes on. That was a mihrab that was being made. The little tiny tiles were all hand-painted. Each one of those tiles was painted by an individual, male, female, young, and old. That used to be before the mihrab. And that was it being installed. And just let me show you this last little bit. Clinical supervision is absolutely, sorry, this is the one I wanted to show you. There was a condition that went with every one of those tiles. And I asked everybody who wanted to paint a tile, my request is only this. The tile took about 2 seconds to paint. Make a dua in your heart for everybody that comes into hospital. There are 1,321 tiles on there. We had an opening. And you know what? There was one woman, there were lots of compliments. There was one woman, she said to me afterwards, I think she was Christian, pretty sure she was. She said to me, Rihanna, I am not a crying type of person, but when I saw the mihrab, she said, it made me cry. She was so moved spiritually to know that all those people had put their prayers for everybody that came to the hospital. One of the things that is absolutely essential that I need to be able to share with you and say to you, and I started at the beginning, I decided I'd pick out a few quotes. Dr. Ishaq mentioned about holistic care. And you can read and you can find that lots of people have defined different things. So one of them is psychological, social, biological, and then the spiritual, and so forth. But what about the WHO, the World Health Organization? In 1958, they said health is a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So in other words, they didn't look at the spirit at all at that time. Things have changed now. In the British Journal of Nursing in 2002, you will find researchers my red light's gone. Researchers investigating spirituality and chronic illness have found spirituality to be a powerful resource for coping with health-related problems. So it's all becoming known and understood a little bit more. And then one more. No, I'll leave this one for tomorrow because it'll be a good beginning to our practical session on spiritual care. And just to finish off with what I started talking to you about earlier on. Oh, I missed one thing. Who knows what proselytizing means? One? Anybody else? Proselytizing, yes, two. Any offers? Three? I'm not going to ask you what it means, but, you know, alhamdulillah, I just want you to know if you know it or not. So proselytizing is usually about trying to push your agenda on somebody else. So as a Muslim chaplain or as a Christian chaplain or a Hindu chaplain or whoever, we are not allowed to proselytize. We have religious hats, but when I go and see a patient, do you know what? I don't wear my religious hat. It is patient-led. I would like somebody to remind me to talk about proselytizing tomorrow, because I'd like to bring it into the role play and I'd like you to understand what it means really. It's an essential way of practice and essential to actually our deen as well. That might sound confusing for now, but that's really important. So to go back to what I said earlier on, this is not about you becoming a chaplain unless you really want to be, and that would be brilliant if you do, it'd be fantastic. It's about you trying to understand where chaplaincy is, and it's also about you trying to understand what you can give in your busy role, in whatever you are doing in terms of spiritually uplifting a patient or doing what you do with a spiritual sense. وأقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله الذي لي ولكم جزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
So masih bertenaga ke? So cerita Harry Potter dah tamat ya. Kita kembali ke sinetron Melayu ya. Alright. Okay. So alhamdulillahi wa kafa salatan wa salaman ala habibina al-Mustafa wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man ihtada. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Yang berbahagia pengurusi majlis Dr. Azwan, seterusnya yang diraikan Dr. Ishaq Mas'ud, Miss Rehanah Sadiq, Dr. Asmayani Khalid, pengarah AKN yang bersama dengan kita, hadirin hadirat yang dirahmati Allah sekalian. InsyaAllah tengah hari ini dalam masa setengah jam lebih kurang, InsyaAllah saya akan sentuh sedikit topik tentang rukhsah dan darurah dalam perubatan. Okey, so kenapa kita ketengahkan topik ini? So majoriti peserta yang datang adalah dari pelbagai, kita kata pelbagai jawatan. Kan ada yang mungkin pegawai agama, ada yang nurses, ada fisioterapi, bahagian kaunseling dan sebagainya. So kita masukkan sedikit topik ini sebagai introduction, pengenalan. Kenapa kita perlu faham topik ini? Mudah-mudahan dari sedikit pencerahan ini memberi satu sudut pandang yang baru kepada kita bahawa pesakit tidak sama seperti kita yang sihat. Kita kena cuba meletakkan kaki kita di dalam kasut pesakit, merasai, menjiwai apa yang mereka alami. Okey. So hari ini topiknya adalah tentang darurah dan juga rukhsah. Ada sesiapa yang boleh bagi contoh apa itu darurah? Tengah hari ini dia kena berbual sikit. Kalau tidak nanti itulah kita kata apa? TV tengok orang kan. Okey. Darurah, boleh bagi contoh darurah itu apa? Okey, yang belah sini ada darurat. Tahu darurat? Tahu. Ada contoh yang boleh kita maksudnya kongsikan. Okey, silakan. Ustazah, Malaysia masih aman. Kan? Tak ada situasi darurat. Okey, ada darurat. Di Malaysia ada berlaku? Ya, ada. Apa dia? Banjir. Bencana alam merupakan salah satu bentuk darurah. Sebagaimana yang pernah terjadi, kita kata apa? Di Kelantan suatu masa dahulu. Kan? Situasi gawat yang berlaku. Kan? Semua datang, bantuan datang daripada pelbagai negeri hadir membantu situasi tersebut. Okey, terima kasih. Ada contoh lain, darurah. Sekali lagi. Tsunami. Tsunami salah satu bentuk darurah. Kita akan detailkan lagi apa kaitan darurah dan juga rukhsah. Okey, sebagaimana contoh yang berlaku di Thailand, kan, pasukan remaja bola sepak lelaki yang kita tahu cerita tersebut dalam beberapa tahun lepas. Apa yang terjadi pada mereka? Ya, terperangkap di dalam gua, kan. So itu satu bentuk darurah kerana ia boleh mengancam kita kata apa, nyawa dan juga keselamatan mereka. Itu antara bentuk darurah. So kita nak tengok sedikit dari sudut kupasan dari sudut pandang fiqah, ya. Okey, darurah secara ringkas apa dia? Iaitu kesusahan, kesempitan, kepayahan. Maksudnya sukar untuk kita laksanakan sesuatu yang biasa kita buat, kan, ataupun boleh jadi mengancam kepada nyawa seseorang. Dari sudut istilah, para fuqaha mendefinisikan sebagai kesulitan yang tidak dapat dielakkan, keadaan yang mendesak seseorang itu melakukan sesuatu perkara yang di luar kemampuan dia berdasarkan daripada nas syarak. Sebagai contoh kita kata, kita ambil situasi di Thailand tadi. Katalah di kalangan mereka ataupun situasi banjir di Kelantan kita kata. Kan, air kata dah sampai paras dada. Kan, bahkan kita kata musibah tersebut ataupun bencana alam tersebut boleh memberi kesan kepada nyawa seseorang. So ketika itu semua tim berusaha untuk membantu menyelamatkan mangsa-mangsa banjir. So apa kita kata kelonggaran, kemudahan yang mereka dapat. Contoh kita kata dalam solat ketika itu, air dah paras dada ni. Agak-agaknya macam mana nak solat? Yang belah sini, agak-agaknya macam mana nak solat? Air dah paras sampai dada, kita tak boleh nak imagine. Air dah sampai paras dada. So apa kaedah yang sesuai kita kata untuk situasi tersebut? Masih dah tahu khusyuk, ustazah. Saya nak rukuk lama sikit. Kan? Saya nak sujud lama sikit. Kita tak sampai lagi poin saya ni. So maksudnya dalam situasi darurah tersebut ada kelonggaran, ada kemudahan, ada kita kata apa, jalan keluar ataupun kaedah yang terbaik untuk mereka solat macam mana. So macam tu, macam mana keadaan solat dia ketika itu? Rukuk dan sujudnya bagaimana? Tak ada rukuk dan sujud. So maksudnya turun tahap paras mana yang dia boleh tunduk. Katalah air dah paras ini, kan mungkin cukup-cukup betul-betul atas daripada hidung dia. Maksudnya pastikan ada perbezaan gerakan di antara qiyam, rukuk dan sujud, kan? Qiyam, rukuk dan juga sujud dia. Okey. Clear? Okey. So itu adalah sedikit kita kata situasi darurah. Contoh lain lagi, kita nak bagi faham tentang darurah. Biasa masuk pergi camping, jungle trekking. Orang bandar semua tak minat, kan? Okey. So bayangkan satu kita kata kita join camping, tersesat dalam hutan ataupun terpisah daripada kita kata grup kita. Kan? Bekalan makanan ada cukup-cukup. Kan? Katalah terperangkap dalam hutan untuk beberapa tempoh yang agak panjang. Katalah 2 minggu, seminggu lebih ke 2 minggu. Kan? Habis bekalan makanan. Habis bekalan air yang dia bawa. So apa lagi makanan yang boleh dimakan? Ada bekalan makanan lagi tak? Apa jenis makanan yang boleh dimakan di dalam hutan? So banyak pilihan kan. Ada daun, ada akar kayu. Tinggal kita berani tak berani sahaja. Ni ada apa? Ada racun ke tidak? So kita tak pasti kan. So mungkin ada sungai, so kita boleh tambah bekalan makanan kita sebelum sampai kepada jalan keluar. Katalah tak ada. Kan? Bukan kita kata tak ada. Mungkin ada kita kata apa? Tumbuhan tersebut. Tapi kita tak tahu selamat ke tidak. Beracun ke tidak. So apa pilihan makanan yang lain yang ada yang boleh kita makan? Apa lagi binatang yang ada dalam hutan? Buaya? Saya kurang dengar sikit. Terpulanglah mungkin dapat kita kata burung. Dia ada skill, orang kata apa? Sumpit burung. Terpulang, alhamdulillah rezeki dia. Buat kita yang orang bandar ni, yang tak pandai ni, tunggu bangkai jatuh dari langit kan. Okey. So binatang apa lagi yang boleh makan? Ulat. Betul ke saya salah dengar? Yelah mungkin. Siapa yang ada kepakaran dia tahu benda tu selamat, alhamdulillah. So tiba-tiba melintaslah seekor binatang. Kan, sihat. Okey, agak-agaknya binatang apakah itu? Jawapan semua berlainan, saya tak boleh nak dengar. 3 bahasa ada. Khinzir, pig dan juga semua tak berani nak sebut yang ketiga. Sedangkan itulah bahasa ibunda kita. Cuba buka kamus dewan. Ada perkataan lain tak? Alif bayar pun tak jumpa. Dan memang itulah dia. Katalah elok-elok melintas seekor babi. Jangan marahkan saya ya. Saya ikut kamus dewan bahasa. Okey. So melintas babi tersebut. Dalam keadaan kita tak berani dah nak sentuh makanan yang lain. Disebabkan kita tak ada kepakaran. Nak kenal selamat atau tidak, ada racun atau tidak dan sebagainya. Okey. So boleh tak makan babi tadi? Boleh tak makan? Okey. Sekiranya sudah sampai tahap nyawa-nyawa ikan, kita tak ambil ketika itu akan menyebabkan nyawa kita terancam. Kan? Boleh memberi kesan kepada nyawa kita, maka ada kelonggaran, ada kemudahan untuk kita ambil perkara yang asalnya diharamkan itu tadi. Boleh? Alright. So, seterusnya, rukhsah. Apa itu rukhsah? Kemudahan, keringanan. So, clear, semua dah tahu dah ni. Alhamdulillah. Yang berbaju putih ni staf IKN ke? Oh, bukan. Tahniah Dr. Asmayani. Mereka ada sedikit kefahaman nampaknya. Alright. Okay. So, apa itu rukhsah? Rukhsah iaitu kemudahan, keringanan, kelonggaran. Dari sudut kita kata istilahnya, keringanan atau pengecualian yang dikurniakan oleh Allah dalam melakukan ibadah yang telah dipertanggungjawabkan ke atas setiap individu Muslim kerana sebab-sebab yang tertentu. So, bila mana di sana adanya darurah, bila mana di sana adanya sesuatu kesusahan yang boleh mengancam keselamatan, memberi kesan kepada kehidupan, maka di sana ada jalan yang mudah telah Islam beri ruang dan jalannya. Translator mana ya? Saya cakap laju sangat ya? Saya tak nampak Adelina. So, okey ke? Slowkan sikit. Okey. Alright. Okey. So, maksudnya apa tadi? Kita kembali semula. Apa itu rukhsah? Kelonggaran, kemudahan yang Islam sediakan bila mana adanya di sana musibah ataupun ujian yang boleh mengancam nyawa, memberi kesan kepada kehidupan dan seumpamanya. Okay, dalam konteks kita kata tadi, bencana alam tadi, ada rukhsahnya dari sudut solat bagaimana. Dalam situasi sekarang kita kata di pasir gudang, kan? Situasi yang melanda negara kita sekarang. Adakah ia satu darurah apa yang berlaku di sana? Kerana ia boleh mengancam keselamatan, mengancam nyawa. Kan? Berapa ramai yang terkorban? Ada terkorban? Belum lagi, alhamdulillah. So maksudnya usaha-usaha menyelamatkan mereka itu perlu. So usaha-usaha itu boleh jadi kita kata setiap masa dan setiap saat. So bagaimanakah solat mereka tim penyelamat tersebut? Kan, solat still wajib. Cuma kita boleh adjust masa kita. Mungkin ada sebahagian solat awal waktu Zuhur. Ada sebahagian mungkin dia boleh lambatkan. Kan? Dan boleh jadi ada keadaan-keadaannya mungkin dia boleh dapat kelonggaran untuk solat jamak. Kerana kita cuba memberi khidmat yang terbaik dalam membantu kita kata rakyat-rakyat ataupun di penduduk-penduduk di sekitar sungai Kim tersebut. Okey. So bila kita sebut tentang rukhsah, tentang keringanan, ia bukan kita kata ia adalah satu satu jalan mudah, nak kerja senang. Bukan begitu. Tapi memang kita kata agama mengiktiraf benda tersebut. Dibolehkan untuk mengambil kelonggaran tersebut. Sebagaimana firman Allah, yuridullahu bikumul yusra wala yuridu bikumul usr. Allah menghendaki kemudahan bagimu dan Allah tidak menghendaki kesukaran kepada kamu. So dalam diuji dengan kesakitan, pesakit-pesakit yang diuji dengan kesakitan. So sebahagian mereka melihat solat itu membebankan mereka. So kita kena datang dengan suatu maksudnya mindset yang baru pada mereka. Kan? Solat bukan semakin memberatkan mereka. Tapi bagaimana keadaan dia, ada kaedah-kaedah solatnya supaya dia nampak, solat itu mudah. Okey. Kalau tak boleh solat berdiri, apa pilihan yang ada? Solat duduk. Tak boleh solat duduk. Baring yang macam mana? Baring mengiring terlebih dahulu. Tak boleh mengiring? Terlentang. Tak boleh terlentang? Isyarat pergerakan kepala dulu. Tak boleh barulah isyarat mata. Tak boleh juga hati. Tak boleh juga. Mai pakat sama-samalah kita solatkan dia. Okey. So alhamdulillah kita dah clear. Maksudnya jangan kita paksa pesakit, tak boleh makcik, jangan malas sangat, jangan manja sangat. Tolong bangun pergi bilik air dan sekian. So selami dulu dia punya sakitnya bagaimana, kemudian ada pilihan ataupun kaedah yang mudah untuk dia menunaikan ibadah kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Alright. Yuridullahu an yukhaffifa ankum wa khuliqal insanu dha'ifa. Okay. So Allah yang menjadikan kita, dia tahu sejauh mana kemampuan kita. Okey, makan tengah hari tadi. Ada orang boleh gorengkan bilis sendiri? Dia buat semua. Kacang pun dia readykan, nasi pun dia yang masak, sambal tu dia buat semua. Boleh? Kan? Dalam sesuatu perkara mungkin kita tidak mampu untuk buat sedetail-detailnya. Sebagai contoh baju yang kita pakai hari ini. Kan? Tak sanggup kita nak cari benang, nak menenun kain dan sebagainya. So kita manusia terbatas pergerakan kita. Kan? Tidak memerlukan bantuan orang lain. So maka bila mana kita meneruskan kehidupan seharian kita, datang pula ujian yang Allah telah susunkan untuk kita, maka Allah tahu kan kita masih memerlukan bantuan dia untuk kita kata meneruskan kehidupan kita untuk menjadi hamba Allah yang bertakwa. So maka di sanalah disusunnya kelonggaran ataupun rukhsah itu tadi. Okey. Wa ma ja'ala 'alaikum fid dini min haraj, dan dia sekali-kali tidak menjadikan untuk kamu dalam agama itu satu kesempitan. So maka di sana pasti ada jalan keluar. Di sana pasti adanya kemudahan. Alright. So banyak lagi hadis-hadis yang berkaitan, so saya ambil sedikit sahaja. Seterusnya Yassiru wala tu'assiru wa basyiru wala tunaffiru. Permudahkanlah dan jangan kamu susahkan keadaan. Beri khabar berita gembira. Kan, dan jangan kamu persulitkan. Ada pesakit yang kita kata burn. Burn tempoh untuk sihat dia berapa lama? Berapa lama? Itu yang kita tak kata lagi third degree. Kan, kita dengar ujian tu pun kita rasa serun. Kan? Okey. So itu tidak lagi bagi sesiapa yang menghadapi ataupun terpaksa berurusan dengan situasi itu sendiri. So kita dengar pun dah menakutkan, apatah lagi kita nak berhadapan, nak menguruskan. Okey. So katalah situasi tersebut. Kan, ada orang dia bersedia walaupun diuji dengan kesakitan yang teruk tersebut, dia masih bersedia untuk menunaikan solat. So ditanya dekat kita, saya dah macam ni, macam mana saya nak berwuduk? Pesakit yang burn, boleh pakai tayamum? Jururawat dia lebih tahu. Boleh ke? Tak boleh. Kan? Mereka tahu tak boleh. Boleh pakai debu tayamum? Debu tayamum tak boleh, tukar Baby Johnson lah. Boleh ke? Sama juga keadaannya. So dalam keadaan pen tersebut tak boleh nak kena air dan juga nak kena tayamum. Tapi adakah solat masih wajib pada mereka? Ya, masih wajib. So bagaimana kaedahnya? Itu yang perlukan rukhsah itu tadi. Itu yang perlu kepada kelonggaran itu tadi. Supaya dalam mana dia diuji, dia masih nampak keindahan Islam. Dia masih nampak keringanan yang ada pada Islam. Alright. Okay. Kemudian Nabi memberi amaran kepada orang-orang yang ekstrim dalam beragama. Sebab apa? Ada situasinya akan sampai satu masa kita tak boleh dah nak pegang terlampau jumud ataupun terlampau kita kata tegar dengan satu-satu pandangan tersebut. Maka di sinilah peranan kita kata khilaf ulama itu memudahkan situasi-situasi yang darurah itu tadi. Okey. So saya percepatkan. Okey, rukhsah, jenis-jenis rukhsah. Okey, so rukhsah ni ada banyak jenis lah. Ini antara kita kata sebagai pengenalan. So ada rukhsah yang berbentuk gugur, pengguguran ibadah. Contoh dia apa? Asalnya wajib buat, tapi disebabkan ada masalah-masalah tertentu, maka ada kelonggaran. Ada contoh? Terlupa jawapan ke situasi dia yang terlupa? Oh, gila. Okey, terima kasih, gila. Bila seseorang itu gila, gila ni ada yang gila sekejap-sekejap, ada gila yang kita kata makan masa yang lama. Mungkin 1 hari sebagai contoh. So bila mana gila, maka di sana diangkat. Kan hadis sebut rufi'al qalam an salas. Diangkat catatan para malaikat bagi orang yang berada dalam 3 keadaan. Antaranya orang yang gila tadilah. Okey. So maksudnya contoh lain kita kata gugur kewajipan solat Jumaat bagi pesakit yang tidak mampu untuk hadir ke masjid. So memadai untuk dia solat zuhur sebagai contoh. Kemudian kelonggaran yang berbentuk pengurangan. Apa contoh dia? Asalnya kita wajib solat secara berdiri. Tapi bila mana situasi yang banjir tadi, asalnya rukuk macam ni, berapa darjah? 90 darjah. Tapi disebabkan dia tidak mampu nak menunaikan secara sempurna. Contoh lain, slip disc sebagai contoh. Tak boleh dah nak turun, dia rasa ketat kan, sakit belakang. So, boleh dikurangkan kadar rukuk dia daripada 90 darjah kepada keadaan yang dia mampu. Pasien yang baru sudah buat prosedur PECO, kan? Boleh rukuk ataupun sujud secara sempurna? Boleh? So biasanya doktor pasti akan minta untuk elakkan. So dia turun rukuk dan sujud dengan kadar yang dia mampu. Alright, seterusnya rukhsah yang berbentuk penukaran. Berubah. Asalnya kita wajib ambil wuduk dengan apa? Dengan air. Mandi wajib dengan apa? Mandi wajib dengan apa? Mandi wajib dengan air lah. Kan ada orang mandi dengan benda lain? Tak ada. Sama je dengan air. Tapi bila mana dalam situasi yang kita kata tak ada air, contoh dekat padang pasir, ataupun situasi ketika itu adalah pesakit itu sakit dan tidak mampu untuk sentuh air. Sebagai contoh, pasien yang bedridden. Kita pernah terima pasien bedridden yang 130 kg lebih kurang. Sakit Dr. Ishak. Masuk bermula dengan bengkak kaki. Okay. So pasien warded di hospital lama. Dia masuk dalam keadaan dia tidak boleh solat. So bila kita kata lama, 2 minggu lebih dan seterusnya, akhirnya dia suci daripada haid dia. So macam mana dia nak mandi wajib? Dia boleh kena air tak? Boleh kena air. Tapi mampu tak dia nak nak menggunakan air? Tolak katil hospital masuk dalam toilet. Boleh ke? So tak boleh, semua dah giling dah. Okey. So maksudnya apa? Di sana ada kelonggaran. Bila mana tak boleh guna air, maka berpindahlah kepada tayamum. So bagaimana nak tayamum untuk mandi wajib? Korang fikirlah sendiri. Okey. Seterusnya banyak lagi lah jenis-jenis rukhsah. Ada yang berbentuk kelonggaran, iaitu boleh solat jamak, boleh jamak takhir dan sebagainya. Okey. So saya cuba cepat. Okey. So bila mana kita sebut pasal darurah tadi, darurah, di sana ada kemudahan, adanya rukhsah. So sebelum kita nak dapat rukhsah, kita perlu lihat pada masyaqqah, pada kesusahan yang dialami, bentuk sakit, jenis sakit yang dialami. So ulama membahagikan sakit ini kepada dua pembahagian. Yang pembahagian pertama, sakit yang biasa. Yang kedua, sakit yang luar daripada kebiasaan. Sakit yang biasa, sakit yang, bukan sakit, susahan yang biasa dengan kesusahan yang luar daripada biasa. Okey, contoh susah yang biasa apa dia? Contoh susah yang biasa. Semua hidup dalam keadaan senang, alhamdulillah. So jangan fikir-fikir nak mengelak, nak ambil yang mudah je kerja. So bila tanya susah, semua dah tak dapat nak fikir apa itu susah. Okey. So contoh kesusahan. Kesusahan yang biasa apa dia? Kesusahan yang biasa. Kita nak bangun pagi tadi, susah ke senang? Senang, alhamdulillah. Bagi mereka yang shift malam, nak bangun awal pagi, shift malam ke? Shift malam bangun pukul 7, maaf. Okey, katalah hujung minggu, weekend, kita nak bangun, senang ke? Kadang-kadang ada masanya susah datang, malas itu datang. Tapi adakah itu dibolehkan mengambil rukhsah untuk kita solat subuh lambat? Ya, tak boleh. So jangan kita kata kreatif nak jamakkan subuh dengan duha. Zuhur jauh sangat. Kan itu bukan subuh dinosaur dah tu. Okey. So jangan kita nak kreatif untuk gabungkan subuh dengan kita kata solat duha. Kan mak mentua tengok elok je. Tiba-tiba rakaat kedua pukul 8 pagi. Tiba-tiba rakaat kedua, Allahumma hdini fi man hadait. So tepuk dahi dia tengok. Alright. Okey. So itu kesusahan yang kita kata apa? Kesusahan yang biasa. Namun sekiranya berlaku kesusahan yang luar daripada biasa. Maksudnya kalaulah kita buat sesuatu keadaan itu akan menerukkan, akan melambatkan kesembuhan ataupun akan menyebabkan penyakit tersebut semakin kronik. Maka ketika itu ada kelonggaran, boleh ambil yang rukhsah itu tadi. Okey. Okey. So boleh clear setakat ni? Okey? Alright. So kita tengok contoh-contoh rukhsah yang lain. So ada pelbagai jenis rukhsah. So tidak terhad kepada situasi di hospital sahaja. Bahkan mungkin dalam rutin kehidupan seharian kita itu ada berlaku. Sebagai contoh kita kata bencana alam. Kan? So situasi yang boleh mengancam nyawa. So maka ada keadaan wajib diambil rukhsah. Okey? Pesakit. So sakit tidak menghalangkan pesakit untuk menunaikan solat. Ada kaedah-kaedah mudah yang insya-Allah akan didetailkan di sebelah petang. Musafir. Semua orang clear tentang rukhsah dalam musafir. Apa rukhsah yang dia dapat? Solat jamak. Apa beza jamak dengan qasar? Qasar pendek kan. Tapi bila dengan patient kita kita pastikan apa yang mereka faham. Biasa makcik macam cakap, tak apa Ustazah, makcik tahu dah. Jamak tu apa? Yang dua-dua tu kan? So bukan, dia nak pergi operation yang lama ni. So dia tidak layak untuk mendapat rukhsah ataupun keringanan solat jamak qasar. 2 zuhur, 2 asar. Tidak. Sebab rumah dia sebelah dia. Sebagai contoh. Okey. So kena clear lah, kena check dengan terutamanya pesakit-pesakit yang berumur yang mungkin kita kata kurang sedikit pendedahan agama. So gambar yang terakhir ini apa dia? long operation. Kalau operation yang sekejap sahaja, tidak adalah di sana kita kata apa? Kelonggaran yang lebih detail. So kalaulah long operation, siapa yang terlibat? Siapa yang layak mendapat rukhsah kelonggaran, terutamanya solat jamak? Doktor yang terlibat, jururawat yang terlibat, pesakit yang terlibat, lagi cleaner yang dalam OT tu tak layak. Physician yang in charge dia, yang tak terlibat dengan operation pun tak layak. Yang layak hanya 3 golongan itu sahaja. Okey, boleh setakat ni ada apa-apa soalan? Okey. Okey, secara ringkasnya, kita kata hukum syariah ataupun kita kata ibadah itu sendiri terbahagi kepada 2, iaitu azimah dan juga rukhsah. Azimah dan juga rukhsah. Apa itu azimah? Iaitu hukum asal. Kan telah ada dalil yang sabit di dalam Al-Quran ataupun hadis menunjukkan ini kewajipan yang perlu dibuat. Sebagai contoh apa dia? Solat zuhur. Bila kita wajib solat zuhur? Bila masuk waktu zuhur, betul? Saya ada wuduk tadi. Subuh tadi saya masih ada wuduk. Boleh saya solat sekarang? Boleh saya solat sekarang? Boleh jadi ada sesuatu ni terputus. Kan? So tak boleh saya solat sekarang. Mesti tunggu masuk waktu zuhur. Kemudian ada wuduknya, tahu kiblatnya. Okey? So dia perlu buat sebagaimana hukum yang dituntut. Tapi bila mana di sana ada ujian, di sana ada masyaqqah, di sana adanya kesusahan yang menyebabkan dia tidak boleh melakukan sebagaimana yang dituntut, maka ketika itulah datangnya rukhsah, datangnya kelonggaran, datangnya kemudahan. Okey. Sebagai contoh kita kata sakit, musafir, apa lagi? Kita kata apa tadi? Gila. Itu antara contoh-contoh yang melayakkan seseorang itu mendapat kelonggaran, kemudahan. Okey. So bila kita cerita pasal kemudahan dalam Islam, keringanan di dalam Islam, terutamanya dalam konteks perubatan, di sana terlampau banyak kaedah-kaedah fiqh yang bersetuju dengan kita kata apa? Yang bersetuju dengan kita kata apa? Konsep hospital itu sendiri. Sebagai contoh, okay, idza dhaqal amr ittasa'. Sesuatu perkara apabila tersepit maka ia menjadi luas. Okey, soalan saya, boleh tak lelaki sentuh perempuan? Boleh tak lelaki sentuh perempuan? Mula-mula tadi semua jawab tak boleh. Tapi nasib baik semua cerdik dan masih berjaga. So sebut yang boleh dulu. Bolehlah sentuh dah kalau itu suami ataupun pasangan dia. Betul? Okey. So, asasnya tidak boleh sentuh lelaki ataupun perempuan yang bukan mahram. Asalnya tak boleh sentuh. Okey. Tapi bagaimana kita tengok di hospital? Satu-satu shift yang ada. Adakah di ward lelaki, semuanya nurse lelaki yang jaga? Boleh dapat ke? Jarang sekali. Kan? Boleh jadi sampai tahap mustahil. Kan? Okey, tetapi perlu diusahakan. Okey, maksudnya kadang-kadang kita tengok susah nak raikan perkara tersebut. Maka apabila tersepit, ia menjadi luas. So tak ada masalah ada jururawat perempuan walaupun pesakitnya adalah semuanya di ward lelaki. Tetapi batas-batasan itu perlu dijaga. Yang melibatkan aurat yang berat, sebaiknya biarlah staf lelaki yang ada tadi tu yang buat. Yang melibatkan benda lain, observation, nak dressing dan sebagainya. Okey, tak ada masalah ada staf yang perempuan yang buat. Okey, clear? So maksudnya ada kelonggaran dalam Islam yang diperbolehkan. Tapi bila mana semuanya di ward perempuan? Di hospital ramai jururawat lelaki atau jururawat perempuan? Jururawat perempuan. Mudah kita ambillah di maternity ward. So majoriti kita tahu itu adalah kebanyakannya adalah kes bersalin ataupun kes sakit puan kita kata. So kadang-kadang melibatkan aurat yang berat. So perlu sangat diusahakan supaya jururawat yang ada adalah di kalangan golongan perempuan. Tapi bila mana tersepit tadi kita kata ada dia punya kelonggaran. Namun perlu jaga batas-batas syariat itu tadi. Okey, idza ta'azzara al-asl yusaru ila al-badal. Jika hukum asal terlarang, maka beralih kepada gantinya. So yang tadilah kes tayamum tadi, nak mandi wajib tapi tak boleh kena air. Kan, patient baru sudah buat operation, kita kata apa? Breast cancer. Doktor kata, so bahagian dada ke atas tak boleh kena air. So pesakit baru berhenti haid. So bagaimana kaedah untuk dia mandi wajib? So ada kelonggaran-kelonggaran yang telah kita kata Islam persetujui keadaan tersebut. So banyak lagi kaedah-kaedah yang ada, antaranya ad-darar yuzal, kemudaratan hendaklah dihilangkan. Sakit, kalau sakit nak pergi jumpa siapa? Sakit carilah ubat, carilah rawatan. Jangan menafikan hospital sebagai salah satu kita kata alternatif ataupun tempat untuk mendapatkan rawatan. Kemudian ad-darar yudfa' biqadaril imkan, kemudaratan hendaklah dibendung sehabis mampu. Okey, di hospital kita tahu sekiranya ada penyakit-penyakit yang boleh merebak. Contoh apa? Chicken pox. Apa lagi? HFMD, pesakit yang ada kuman ESBL. So banyak penyakit-penyakit yang perlu kepada isolation. So keadaan yang ditetapkan hospital ini kita kata sangat selari apa yang telah digariskan oleh fiqh. And kita kata ulama-ulama kita kata usul. Sebab dia kata apa? Kemudaratan hendaklah dibendung sehabis mampu. Bila patient discharge, so sterilization, pembersihan semampu mungkin perlu dilaksanakan di bilik tersebut supaya tidak berjangkit kepada pesakit yang selepasnya. So banyak lagi kaedah-kaedah yang kita kata di sana menyokong apa yang telah perubatan gariskan. So seterusnya, ad-darurah tubihul mahdzurat. Apabila berlaku darurat, dibolehkan melakukan perkara yang dilarang. Kita balik tadi pada cerita camping tadi. Okey, ingat lagi cerita camping tadi? Masa dah nak habis, sikit lagi. Cerita camping tadi ingat lagi? Okey, so berlalu binatang tadi. Boleh tak dia nak makan? Boleh tak dia nak makan? Kalau sudah sampai tahap nyawa-nyawa ikan, darurat mengancam nyawa dia tadi, maka dia dibenarkan untuk makan binatang tersebut. Ataupun ada arak, dia dibenarkan untuk ambil kita kata arak itu tersebut. Sebab kalau dia tidak ambil, boleh jadi kehidupan dia akan terancam. Kan? Okey. So boleh makan semua ke? Ini peluangnya. Boleh ke? Kaedah dah sebut dah dekat sini. Ma ubihu lid-darurah tuqaddar biqadariha. Sesuatu perkara yang dibolehkan kerana terdesak, kerana darurah, maka dia dibolehkan mengikut kadar keperluannya sahaja. Tak boleh nak pulun semua. Siap tapau, ini untuk jiran sebelah, ini untuk mak mentua, ini untuk jiran kampung sebelah. So tak boleh. So dia makan dengan kadar boleh melepaskan kebuluran dia ketika itu sahaja. So clear? So bukan dia tapau dan sebagainya. Okey. So insya-Allah sebagai conclusionnya untuk kita faham topik hari ini. Clear apa itu darurah? Apa itu darurah? Ni semua dah nak makan dah. Clear apa itu rukhsah? Clear apa itu rukhsah? Ya, keringanan, kelonggaran. Apa itu masyaqqah? Kesusahan, kepayahan. Okey. So dalam ayat Al-Quran ini, ayat Al-Quran yang panjang ini telah disimpulkan tentang topik ataupun perbincangan kita tengah hari ini. So sebelum saya berakhir, kita akan tengok sedikit ayat tersebut. So maaflah dia panjang dan padat. Kalau saya asing-asingkan tak jumpa poin dia. Alright. Wahai orang-orang yang beriman, apabila kamu hendak mengerjakan sembahyang, padahal kamu berhadas kecil, maka hendaklah kamu berwuduk. Iaitu bagaimana cara dia? Basuh kedua muka, basuh kedua belah tangan hingga ke siku, sapu kita kata apa, rambut dan kaki sehingga kedua buku lali. Dan jika kamu junub, yakni berhadas besar, hendaklah kamu bersuci dengan cara apa? Dengan cara mandi wajib. So datanglah ayat yang seterusnya. Dan jika kamu sakit, sakit ni ada pelbagai macam. Kan? Ada sakit yang tak boleh kena air, ada sakit yang tidak menghalang pun dia untuk guna air. Dan jika kamu menghadapi sakit, antara salah satu keadaan dia ialah tidak boleh kena air, atau dalam pelayaran, atau salah seorang dari kamu datang dari tempat buang air, atau kamu sentuh perempuan, sedang kamu tidak mendapat air untuk berwuduk. So ada air ataupun dia baru sudah berhadas, kemudian dia nak solat, maka dia perlu berwuduk ataupun mandi. Okey, maka hendaklah kamu bertayamum dengan debu tanah yang bersih. Iaitu bagaimana cara guna debu, insya-Allah kita akan detailkan petang ni. Okey, so daripada ayat di atas ni, ada tak nampak apa? Kita kata contoh untuk darurah. Agak-agak ayat yang biru ni apa dia? Cara berwuduk, ini cara dia. Cara mandi wajib, ini cara dia. Apa dia? Ya, betul. Azimah, iaitu hukum asal. Seseorang itu perlu berwuduk ataupun mandi wajib dengan ini cara dia. Kemudian datanglah masyaqqah. Dalam kita hidup ni datang ujian, datang kesusahan. So ini antara bentuk-bentuk ujian yang boleh jadi kita melaluinya. Maka bila mana datang kesusahan, percayalah bahawa di sana pasti adanya kelonggaran, pasti adanya kemudahan. So, cantik tak Islam itu? Ya, dalam diuji kita masih boleh menunaikan ibadah kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. So, mudah-mudahan perbincangan kita tengah hari ini memberi sedikit gambaran kepada kita bahawa mungkin info-info ini boleh membantu dalam kita memberi, kita kata apa, sokongan moral ataupun sokongan kerohanian kepada pesakit. Okey, wallahu a'lam, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.